Good morning, everyone. If you have not already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, you get notifications of my videos every Tuesday, Friday, and sometime we do the Sunday video. And today is a Sunday video. And why is today a Sunday video? Because there's been a lot of chat on my social media. Oh God, that's leaking a little bit. I need a new water trough. I'm gonna see if I can get one from Kramp. And that water trough has officially died because it's leaking. No, it's a good water trough, but that's broken. We had a heifer jump it. Yep, I know, it's like the Grand National. I tell you what, love, I need to get in there. So what we're talking about, a lot of chat about dribble bars at the moment, and I am going to go move an electric fence where we've been dribble barring. We were going to do second cut on it, but I've decided to instead graze it. Instead of having loads of grass to chop, we're going to graze a little bit more. The milk has stayed the same, which is really good, and we've not buffer feeding anything. They're just going past the dry cows that are getting a big bale in the morning, and that's all the buffer feed they're getting. So one big bale between, never had any doubt, I think about 15 to 18 dry cows, and then 125 milk cows go past and just clean the rest up, so they're not getting a lot. Big Nep had his foot looked at again from Ross. He's doing better, he's just having a bit of a chill. So what we're going to do is go around the cows, and I'm going to move this fence and just show you what's underneath the grass that we use the dribble bar on. This is the first field that we did. I love that. That cow, and then this cow's doing the same. Proper striding down, ready to be milked. What did you say? I love stuff like that. Makes you think you've got happy and healthy cows, because they're like, I want to get into the baller. Oh, my backpack's got my drone in, just in case I want to get it up. Oh, and something else happened this morning, which I'll show you, which was very, very annoying. We're at the 7 acre. Normally we get 2 or 3 cuts out of this, but this year we're milking a few more cows, but we're farming a bit more land. We have the joys of not having to buff feed them as much. We're using less power to feed them, if that makes sense, because we're not running tractors, we're not running the feeder. We've been using the straw chopper a little bit, but my dad and me have been tanking, which you'll see soon. So the chopper hasn't been on that, but we'll put the back chopper back on Hurleyman tomorrow, but that's another story. But what you can see is this field here is the 7 acres. It's not the biggest field in the world, it's quite small, and it was getting well grown. You can see it here. I was looking around and I was scratching my head, I was like, where have we got to graze? We've got these 2 paddocks here, we've got a 15 acre, they've already grazed this one, so it's growing back lovely. You can just see the grass kind of fluttering in the wind, which is just amazing. I'm so happy with it. We've got the pasture where we have the back pasture where we're doing all the new builds, and the vans keep driving there, and the grass is getting driven on a few times in parts, so it's not doing as well as it has done as years gone by, but because we're doing a new build and it's just the way we're going forward, and it's super exciting. Next year it should grow better. But this has worked really well, and because we're not buffer feeding them, I feel like all the cows have a chance to eat. When we buffer feed, we only buffer feed down the side shed, so there's only like 60-foot feed channel, so only the stronger cows will eat. So you've got the weaker cows that are like gonna get a twisted stomach or chance of getting a twisted stomach. They're not gonna bully themselves through because they might have less energy because they didn't get the energy from the day before, if that makes sense, because they didn't get a chance to get in there. I hope that does make sense to people. So we have been grazing hard. Maybe I'll kick myself in the teeth, but we're always left with lots of silage, which is fantastic, and I love that. But we're chopping more acres this year than we ever have done, so why not try and graze better? And like I say, it's working fantastically. If this gives all 1, 2, 3, 4 fields a rest, not this one as much because they have to get through this one to get in this one. What we should do is electric fence it, but Dad's big on have them room to graze. We've got a bit of an argument on it, but anywho, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to move the electric fence, and then I'm going to have a look how these cows have been grazing it, and we're going to get down to the floor. You can see this morning I found cows in the whole field because this broke. Well, one of these broke, so the actual pigtail that's here, I was like, why is it down? So this was down and this was broke, so it had no chance of surviving. So did I move the fence? I didn't move the fence this morning because I thought they'll be hungry enough. No, they'll be full enough because they had a belly full when I got it. I drive down, I could see where they are every morning, and I saw they were like further down this field than they should have been. Got in, Dad was like, why are you in a rush? I was like, cows are out. And they must have just got in because they were only halfway in, and they were a nightmare to get off because we were trying to get full of food. Very chatty, but I'm in a good mood because the sun's out. A bit of rain today, the past couple of days, which has been great. Made grass grow. We got slurry out. You'll see that video very, very, very soon as well. Awesome. Flick off, flick off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. I like to be near a post because it's a bit stronger on the thing. Might not make any logic to anyone, but that's what I like to do. I give them 12 spaces because there's enough grass here for them to eat, and there's enough grass back here. You know, they haven't finished it. We'll get in that conversation later. Right, let me move the fence, and then I want to see down here how the dribble bar's done and how the cows have grazed it after the dribble bar compared to the splash plate, and I'll tell you how long it has been until we spread slurry. So I've just done 12 yards and it works perfectly because you guys, ow, are on a pole as well. I don't know if I'd let you guys know or not, but I just got a brand new setup. You know, I got the electric fence unit from Kramp, that solar panelled electric fence unit, and then the wire and the wire reel. The product company is Gallagher, but I got it from Kramp, the people who kind of help me with my farming and kind of work with me with the channel. I just bought a brand new set, new wire, new reel. They got new solar panel, and I got new posts. I got the new different kind of posts that the Once a Day farmer told me about. It's a New Zealand farmer. They're a little bit bigger pigtails, and they seem to do quite well because we've just done a load of slurry tanking over the road, and we just had to keep the cows off the little bit. You'll see it in the tanking video, and me and Dad are tanking like man possessed. But I'm really super duper impressed with it. I love it because the Gallagher thing has a click on it, so it's not like this, so cows can't lick it off. You know, by chance cows could lick that off. The wire's wire, the posts, I can't make a judgment on them. They seem all right. They seem lighter than these. It just depends if they're as strong. It's just that solar panelled unit is so good compared to the battery unit that we've been using for ages. It's 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it, and that's why I bought another one. So we've got two. They are a little bit dear. First one I got a grant on, second one I actually bought myself, so I probably spent like 400 quid on solar panel fencing units. But the grazing this year has been completely better than it was any other year because we've had time to move fence, and I've been moving the fences all the time, and cows milk production has been really good, and touch wood, it is currently 24th of June and I've not had a twisted stomach or a cow even looking like a twisted stomach yet. Touch wood. Double touch the wood. Get this reeled out and then we'll look at what we're actually going to look at. Sorry for doing the little bit of information. This Sunday video is a bit of a catch-up because Dad wanted me to talk about it after we did the tanking video. So when we do the tanking video, you will go, ah, Tom did that video on Sunday, which was super duper cool, obviously. And what I'm doing is I'm putting these closer together. I was doing it every 10 yards. 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this, my friends, is why you should probably push them all the way in and come back. But I thought they wouldn't come back grazing. It's one of our beefers, so I'm not too bothered. It's obviously the next one to go through the farm shop, but they run with a herd, so we can keep a better eye on them, and they can just munch on the good stuff. Favourite thing about these reels? Every turn is 3. That's where Tom gets zapped. Are we going? Ah, that's on. Someone's going to say, Tom, you're putting in too much grass. And I get that. You could pre-mow it and you could do whatever you want with it, and I understand that. However, they seem to be grazing it down quite well. I think here they haven't grazed down well because they got into it that bit this morning, so they got given a choice of lots and lots of grass. But you'll see that these guys, that's a heifer that hasn't calved yet, one of the beef stock, which is good. I want to have a look at the dribble barness, and I want to put this post in there where it's just coming out a little bit. So obviously, to start with, the dribble barness, you can't see any dribbleness when the grass is really thick. Now we're going to get to thinner grass. Probably need to go even thinner. I had bits where I could when I was moving the fence. Here, there we go. You can probably just see it here. You see that there? That is muck from the dribble bar, and that is muck from the dribble bar. But look how close these guys are grazing towards it. It is unreal. I think we dribble barred this probably about 21 days ago. They say you can do it after 14, but I think they're just going 2 weeks. 2 weeks should be fine. Okay, but look at that there. There. You can see where the dribble has been, so I'm a little bit worried when we go chopping. Fingers crossed we don't find anywhere. But like I say, they can't be too, what's the word, put off by it. They can't be too bemused by it. A little bit of Andrew Waring in me. I'm trying to say big words. I know it doesn't really fit me, but you know, because they're grazing it so well. They haven't grazed this little area here. You can see this is the area I gave them yesterday when they broke through. Yesterday and this morning I gave them 15 yards. I gave them a lot yesterday because I was trying to be nice. Obviously they took my niceness for granted and decided to graze the whole field. A few docks in here, which is a little bit annoying, which they're not grazing and they don't get a lot of nutritional value from. But look how well they're grazing that down. I hope you can see that. Like, it's really good and they're probably going for it. Yes, there's a little bit here, a little bit left, but there's still some eating to do there. I'd say I'm impressed, but I knew what I was going for when we were going for the dribble bar. This is what exactly it should do. I think I'm less impressed than I would be disappointed if it wasn't doing its job, if that makes sense. Really like the way we can graze behind the dribble bar. So if I've got some young stock and I'm full of slurry, I'll go, right, okay, well, electric fence a field's half a field off, cover it with slurry, give it 2-3 weeks, and then take electric fence back up and we can graze it, no problem, and we can slurry the same field pretty much the heifers are going into or cows are going into. And this, like I say, has probably slurried 3 to 3.5 weeks ago and they are grazing it fantastically. This is all the beef stock ready to go for the farm shop that we're keeping an eye on ourselves, except from the heifer that have come to graze. So I probably won't bring them up because there's no point. They're not going to be milked or anything. They don't get any cake. They just come into the milking herd, so they're easy to get out later on. But munching on some grass, proper grass-fed cattle, which is amazing, which is all I'm about, which I really like. And this moving fences job, which I've been talking about for years, about paddock grazing, and it's not exactly paddock grazing, but we're really giving fields rest. I wanted to give that one a bit more rest, but Dad's got a bit of a say. Should have ran the electric fence further from where we do into here, so this is the only place they can eat, which yes, I probably do, and then shut them in at night. In the perfect world I would do that, but my dad would start pulling his hair out. And like I say, milk hasn't dropped, milk quality hasn't dropped, proteins and fats are still pretty good. I think they dropped a point or two the other day, proteins, and Dad just mentioned it, just to a degree, but nothing to really worry about. So quality is good, yields are still pretty good. I am pretty happy with it. So if you're asking how the dribble bar does for grazing, pretty well. I'm super duper impressed, happy with the way it's going forward. If you're having this on a splash plate, I don't think they'd be grazing it as well as they are doing now. I could be wrong. It's not rained properly apart from yesterday and the day before since first cut, which was a month ago now. Probably so it hasn't had chance to wash that slurry off. So if you're kind of thinking to go dribble bar or not, this is one plus side to the dribble bar. There is a negative to it. If we are mowing, where's that muck going to be? We're going to find out very soon when we do second cut, and I'll let you guys know. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Nice Sunday video, nice bit of a catch up what's going on. There's so much stuff happening at that farm at the moment. You'll find out very soon. It's just been a busy week. I've got stag do on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so when it's come out, I could be hungover, I could be really fresh, be sensible and not drink at all. In Newcastle. If anyone's been to Newcastle, you know what the Geordie's like. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Nice short one for Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya, bye.